You know, I'm just gonna say it. I haven't really talked about it yet, so I'm just gonna fucking bring it up now. Now that I saw that. Let me get closer. So Aaron Lewis wants everyone to think he's the working man. He wants everyone to think he's the common man. He says it a lot when he does interviews. I'm just a regular guy. I'm a regular guy. I got bills to pay. He actually said that in an interview. I got bills to pay. Said a lot of other people made money off of Stain's music, but he has to pay bills like everyone else, which is such a fucking insult to every hardworking regular Joe, regular American worker that has to fucking, make a living to pay bills, that has to work to pay bills. See, all of us working stiffs, we work to pay bills that we have to pay to survive. You work to pay bills that you choose to have. There is a huge fucking difference between working to pay bills you choose to have and working to pay bills that you have to pay to survive. And if you don't see the difference in that, you're a fucking idiot and you're living in a goddamn ivory tower, which you're living in anyway. He actually had the audacity to make the statement that he's lost everything being a rock star, becoming a working musician. And he even says something to the effect of, I may go out on stage a couple hours a night, but you have no idea what's involved in my job, and this is a job, and blah, 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 and all this bullshit. And how he has to work. He's really working. He's working. Just like when I have to plow snow for 30 fucking hours straight in the middle of fucking January, like I just did this past January, he has to do that too. Only he's doing it with music. If you've been a millionaire for over 20 years, and you actually have the balls to say, I've given up everything. I lost everything. I've lost family. I've lost friends. Well, I know one friend you lost, Wes Borland, because you're a fucking asshole. Because the guy says to you guys cross paths in the goddamn airport, and you say, oh, where are you going? And he goes, yeah, I'm going home. I'm going back to LA. And you go, that's not your home. Your home's Jacksonville. Don't forget where you came from. Really? And you're going to talk about politically correct and how people are politically correct, and yet you get fucking triggered because somebody says, yeah, I'm going home. And they mean the home where their shit is. Okay? Most of us, when we say home, when I'm hanging out with my buddies and I'm like, I'm going home, I'm talking about the place I crash where all my shit is. I'm not talking about Wilbraham, Massachusetts, which is my true home, but I haven't lived there in fucking 30 years. But it's still my home. It's still what I consider my hometown. Good to know that if we're ever in each other's presence and I say, yeah, I'm going home, I better clarify that I'm going where my shit is, because God forbid you'll jump down my throat because I'm not talking about fucking Wilbraham. What the fuck, dude? You're going to get totally fucking triggered over that. And yet, then you turn around and say that you lost everything. You lost everything. Being a rock star and making millions of dollars. Fuck you. You lost everything. I know what it's like to lose damn near everything, and I don't walk around saying I lost everything. I had a fucking printing job for 20 years, got laid off in 2008 when the fucking economy tanked. My marriage collapsed. I went and got my CDL, still couldn't find a fucking job. Damn near killed myself. I had about 3 months there where I was suicidal because I couldn't find a fucking job. My wife was off with somebody else. I had a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old at home that I wasn't providing for. And you have the fucking balls to say that you lost it. People killed themselves during that time. Who the fuck do you think you are? He's losing friends because he's an asshole. You're an asshole. You're acting like an asshole. Yelling at all your fucking fans who come see you. Maybe they're throwing shit at you. Maybe they talk through your songs because you're a fucking asshole and they know it. And they know you're a fraud. Maybe they know you're a fucking phony. Do you ever think of that? Do you ever think maybe it's you? Dave Chappelle did a stand-up routine talking about the Incredible Hulk and how he loved the show when it was on. But after about 4 episodes, he was like, hey, buddy, maybe it's you. Nobody gets their ass kicked that much. Nobody gets shit thrown at him and gets so much disrespect at his own concerts than you. Maybe it's you. Maybe everybody figured out you're a douchebag. Do you ever think of that? Maybe you should change your fucking attitude. And that goddamn song Country Boy, which I guess is an autobiography of your life, I'm assuming, because it's all about you. That was bullshit too. First of all, you're trying to take credit for being a patriot because you have family members that served in the military, but you didn't. What the fuck is that? My brother served in the Navy. My dad served in the Air Force. My uncle served. All during wartime. Now, they weren't combat veterans, but they served during those wars that they were in. They went over there. They freaking, they served this country. Does that make me more of a patriot because they did that? No. I'm proud of them for doing that. But them doing that does not reflect on me at all. It doesn't mean I'm a better American than anybody else because my father, uncle, and brother served in the military. What the fuck? It's got nothing to do with anything. But you put in your video like, you're showing pictures of, people you're related to. Like somehow that makes you more of an American. It doesn't make you anything. It doesn't make you a fucking more of a patriot than somebody who's never had a family member serve. If you served, then maybe we can have a discussion about this, but you didn't, just like I didn't. So I'm not going to fucking go out there and pretend I did or act like somehow I'm a better American or a better patriot than anyone else because of that. That's fucking bullshit. And the other thing that you brought up that really fucking insulted me was when you said that you never needed the government to hold your fucking hand. You're a fucking millionaire, you dickhead! You're worth $9 million. You've been a multimillionaire for at least 15 years. You've been a millionaire for 20. Does that even fucking register? You never needed the government to hold your hand? So you realize you just fucking insulted everyone who's ever needed government assistance, whether it's an American worker or whether it's somebody from the military who needs help from the VA for PTSD or anything else. And I don't want to hear, oh, that's not what I meant. No, you said in your fucking song, because we have to be literal about everything, right? Because somebody can't even tell you they're going home without you getting fucking triggered, dickhead. So we have to look at what you actually said, and you said, you never needed a handout from the government. You never needed the government to hold your hand. That makes you a better American than me because I had to fucking collect unemployment because I was on WIC along with my wife at the time and because I used the Workforce Investment Act to go to fucking truck driving school and get a CDL, which ultimately is probably the reason I didn't kill myself because I actually was able to find a fucking job that actually paid halfway decent. People who think that fucking, I don't want to, that's a whole other fucking story. I'm not even going to get into that right now. That's a whole other area to go. I'm just going to try and stick to this. So what? You're more of a patriot or you're more of a badass American? You never needed the fucking government. You fucking won the lottery. You won the fucking lottery. Do you realize that the chances of you becoming a success in music are less likely than if you had just liquidated all of your shit, whatever you owned way back then in 98 or whenever the hell it was, 97, whatever. 2000, I don't even know. If you liquidated all of your shit and took that money down to a casino, put it all on the roulette wheel, which is about what, a 3% chance of winning at what, 30 to 1, 35 to 1, I don't know. I don't do it. So, whatever the hell that is, you had a better chance of becoming a millionaire doing that than making it as a rock star. You hit the fucking lottery. People don't liquidate all of their assets and go down to the fucking casino and put it all on fucking 33 black, if that's even a number. And think, as long as I hit, I'm fucking golden. Because it's too much fucking risk. You wouldn't do that. You made it in, but yet you had a better chance of having success doing that than you did becoming a rock star. And you became a rock star. Congratulations. But fuck. Don't tell me how hard you work. Don't tell me that you're a fucking common man, you're a working man, you're a regular fucking guy. No, you're not. And the fact that you never fucking needed government assistance, fuck you. If you didn't have a cousin working for Limp Bizkit that got you that opening gig, that got Fred Durst to listen to you, and got Wes Borland, who you fucking insulted, to fucking listen to you, and like you, and sign you, and help make you guys fucking rock stars, and help make you guys fucking millionaires, some fucking thanks you gave that guy. Some thanks you gave Wes Borland being a fucking douchebag to the guy. If those guys aren't there to do that, you might have ended up a fucking feeder operator in the commercial printing industry, working your way up to become a pressman like I did, only to have your whole goddamn career destroyed by smart technology in 2008. That could have been you. That could have just as easily been you. Fucking you have millions of dollars, you never took a handout from the government. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. I busted my ass. When I lost my job, I'd already been in the fucking field, in the blue collar, punching a fucking clock every day field for 20 years, and had been a taxpayer and had fucking done all that. So yeah, I took money from the government. Fuck you if you don't like it. If you think that makes you more of an American than me, if you think that makes you more of a badass, more of a fucking working man than me, fuck you. You have no fucking idea, you douchebag. Total fucking insult. You insulted me. You insulted every fucking buddy who's ever been out there and had to take a fucking dime from the government. And you insulted every fucking veteran on the planet that's ever had to use the VA. Fuck you on behalf of all of us. You fucking fraud. You fucking phony. You're calling out Christina Aguilera for fucking up the goddamn Star Spangled Banner, and then you go out and fuck it up. Yeah, some patriot you are, right? Ugh. Real patriot wouldn't fuck it up. Well, I guess you're not a real patriot. You fucked the thing up, you dickhead. Did you actually call her and say, I'm really sorry that I called you out publicly? I'm a fucking idiot for doing that. I seriously doubt you did, but you should have. You should have never said anything to begin with, but you did. You should have apologized personally to her, which I seriously doubt you did, because you're a fucking asshole. I already know you didn't, because I already know you're a fucking asshole. I read fucking 8 sentences of any interview you do, and I'm like, this guy's a fucking asshole. You're a fucking asshole. That's what you are. In that interview that you just did in April, there's a line in there where you go, again, I'm just a regular guy. If you have to repeat that you're a regular guy, you're a fucking phony. You know who's a regular guy? Kevin Smith. You know who's a regular guy? Keanu Reeves. You know what they don't do? They don't do interviews talking about how they're regular guys. They just do what they fucking do. Kevin Smith was just on Facebook Live yesterday or today. Either one. Doesn't matter. My ADD's kicking in again. And in the middle of that rant, he said, well, you know what? I want everyone to know that, even though I'm bitching about this, that I haven't for 1 second forgotten how fortunate I've been. Because the guy's worth like $20 million, $25 million, whatever it is. Even though he carries himself like a humble, regular guy, he has never, ever put himself in the same mode as actual fucking working people. Because he fucking gets it. Going out there in front of an audience and being like, well, yeah, I'm just a regular guy and I'm broke like everyone else. I don't know if people here are broke, but I'm broke too. No, he's not broke. He's fine. You're fucking fine. Whatever bills you have, you choose to pay. You're not fucking broke. You're not hurting, right? You're not a regular guy. You don't have bills to pay. You have bills you choose to pay. Big fucking difference. If you don't get it, then, or if you think they're the same, then you don't fucking get it, period. You dick. Fucking asshole. God. What a dick. God, it pisses me off. And this bullshit about losing everything. People killed themselves during that time. Do you even fucking understand that? I barely survived it. I literally sat on a 5-gallon pail in my garage with a tie down on my hand, looking at the rafters, going, all I have to do, stand on this fucking pail, one end around the rafter, the other end around my neck, kick that fucking bucket sideways, and I'm done. My problems are solved. My problems are fucking solved. And I went out there and I sat on that fucking pail I didn't do it every day, but I did it probably every other day for at least 2 months. I thought about killing myself. Like, seriously thought about killing myself. Like, sat there and weighed my options. And that's not fucking bullshit. There's one thing I am not. I am not a fucking phony like you. He's going to call out all these country stars. All these new country guys. The new metal guy is going to call out the new country guys for not being country enough. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? You're gonna rewrite guys' songs because you don't like their song? You actually walk in front of an audience who probably have fans of that artist in your audience, and you're gonna tell them, well, it's okay for you to like this artist and their song, but I think it fucking sucks. You do realize, what was that line from Game of Thrones? Everything before the word but is bullshit. I think you're a really talented singer-songwriter, but I think you're an asshole. I actually do think you're a really talented singer and songwriter. But you are an asshole, so take that how you want it. But anyway, you talk about this old school country. You talk about wanting to sound more old school and be more traditional country. But you sure don't fucking dress that way. Because I watched those same guys. I watched Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings and George Jones, fucking Chris Christopherson, Glenn Campbell, Ronnie Millsap. Those guys walked out on stage looking like $1 million fucking bucks because they had that and then some. They didn't pretend to be the common man. They didn't walk out on stage looking like they just got off a fucking tractor and they've been plowing a field for 10 hours. They didn't do that. You do that. A lot of the new country guys do that. I'm not even picking up those guys apart for doing it because they're not fucking, I don't think they're out there pretending. Maybe they are, I don't know. They're not running their mouths as far as I know about how they're working men, but you are. You're the fucking working man. Again, I'm just a regular guy like everyone else. That was your quote. Again, I'm just a working guy. Again, which means you say it a lot because you had to repeat again. Again, I'm a working guy or I'm a regular guy. Same fucking difference. No, you're not. Bullshit. So, but you're out there. You're going out there in a worn out... You even have that in your fucking song too, right? A baseball cap and a worn out t-shirt, worn out jeans. And something about driving a fucking tractor that you choose to own. You're not out there plowing a fucking field and bringing in crops unless you're choosing to do it. You're not out there like a lot of these farmers, a lot of these guys that lost their farms, who are out there raising crops and they have a bad fucking crop year and they fucking lose everything. You don't have that problem. Just like John Bon Jovi doesn't have to worry about Soul Kitchen going belly up. You know why? Because he's got millions of fucking dollars. If it went belly up, so be it. It's not the same fucking thing as somebody who owns a restaurant who's like, fuck, I hope we get some customers in here or we're going to have to go or we're going out. If you have a tractor that you drive around your little farm you got wherever the hell you live, it's because you choose it. That doesn't... the fuck? You know who you are? You're the goddamn construction guy in the Village People. Only I don't think that guy walks around telling everyone he's actually a working man. He's actually a construction guy. But that's what you're trying to project. You're the goddamn construction guy in the Village People. Do they have a farmer in the Village People? If they have one of those, you're that fucking guy. You're a fucking poser. You're the goddamn Village People fucking... You should join the Village People and be the farmer. Because just like the fucking cop who's a phony in that, and the goddamn Navy guy who's a phony in that, and the Indian whom I'm assuming is not an Indian. I don't really know. He could be. If Elizabeth Warren is, then he could be. And the, whatever the hell I say, construction guy, you could be the fucking farmer in the Village People. Because you're as big a fucking phony as those guys. At least they're not pretending. At least they're not walking around going, yeah, I'm a real cop. Yeah, no, I am. Yeah, no, I am. Yeah, no, I'm a real construction guy. Yeah, I was just up fucking, 17 stories in the air walking on a fucking steel beam just like earlier today. Yeah. I did that first and then I came here. These are the clothes I wore on the job. Same hard hat. Yeah, everything. The fucking Navy guy. You think he's a Navy guy, right? Yeah. The Navy guy. He's not in the fucking Navy. Maybe he was at some point. I don't know. But pretty sure he's not in the fucking Navy. And you're not a fucking farmer. And you're not fucking country. You say it, if you've got to tell everyone how country you are, if you've got to tell everyone how much of a regular guy you are, you're a fucking phony. That's how it works. That's how it works. If you're desperately trying to tell people what a regular guy you are, you're a fucking phony. You don't have to try. You don't. But you do, because you're a fucking phony. And everybody knows it. And if people are leaving you, if your friends are leaving you, if your family are leaving you, that's because they know you're full of shit. And they're sick of your shit. Well, I tell you though, that comment really, that line in that song really pissed me off. About not taking a government handout. Or not having the government hold your hand. That really pissed me off. What a fucking terrible thing to say. And he wrote that song back in 2010 when the economy was still recovering and still really bad and a lot of people were out of work. You called out every single person. You called out every single person that took unemployment, that got on any government program at all. You called out everyone. And you're sitting there in your ivory tower with millions of fucking dollars to back you up. And you fucking called out every fucking American. Fuck you, Aaron Lewis. Fuck you. Wonder how many members of your audience have actually had to get government assistance. I'm willing to bet a lot. And you wonder why people throw shit at you. You wonder why people just talk through your fucking songs. I'm done. Turns out I'm not done. There's so much stuff to get to that I forgot a few things. I forgot I don't speak Spanish, I'm American. So, you're also not from Texas, by the way. So I don't know what the whole I don't speak Spanish, I'm American. Yeah, you're not from Galveston, bro. You're from Longmeadow, Massachusetts. I grew up one town over, actually I guess it would be two. There was one town in between us, East Longmeadow. So you had Wilbraham, East Longmeadow, and Longmeadow, okay? You have the same masshole accent that I have. Stop trying to pretend you're from Texas or you're Southern. You're not, okay? You should have said, if you were being completely honest, not trying to be some, I don't know, ignorant racist or come off that way, if you were just being completely 100% non-phony, you'd have said, I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish. I grew up in Longmeadow. We never had a need. Because I grew up in Wilbraham and I never had a need. I never learned Spanish. I only know how to say one thing in Spanish, and that's Brúscame la gaja de brillar, which loosely translated means go get your shine box. Because I asked a friend of mine who spoke Spanish how to say that, how to say go get your shine box, because the salesman when I was running a press used to piss me off when they would come walking around and skulking around to see if their job was done, and so I'd say Brúscame la gaja de brillar, and they'd be like, what? So anyway, so that's the only Spanish I know how to speak, and it's okay. If somebody says something to me in Spanish, I go, oh, I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish, bro. I'm from Wilbraham. We never had a need. All the kids I grew up with in Wilbraham that spoke Spanish spoke English in the same masshole accent I did. I didn't even know they spoke Spanish until one of them, I was over his house and his mom said something to him in Spanish and he responded in Spanish and I was like, whoa, where the hell did that come from? Teach me the swears, bro. Let's go. I had no idea, So it's okay. You should know that by saying I don't speak Spanish, I'm American, you insulted 13% of the U.S. military who
you love telling people how much you love veterans and how much you love our military, and then you insult 13% of our military, because that's how many Spanish-speaking people are in our military. Spanish-speaking American citizens, let me correct myself. Spanish-speaking American citizens, 13% of our military is made up of those people, those Spanish-speaking people. So, seriously, get over yourself. I don't speak Spanish, I'm American. Stop it. Grow up. I don't even believe you're a racist, ignorant douchebag. I don't. I think you're just playing to a freaking demographic that you think wants to hear you say that bullshit. Knock it off. You're from freaking Longmeadow, bro. Just stop. What the hell else? Oh yeah. And then turns out you're the king of the hypocrites when it comes to, I never need a government to hold my hand. Because you did another interview where you said point blank that you worked jobs, not a job, but jobs, plural, under the table. Oh yeah, I was always anti-establishment. I worked jobs under the table when I was a punk-ass kid, as you put it. Really? You realize when you were working jobs under the table, enjoying the same protections that I was the one paying for them? Because I wasn't working a job under the table. I was working a full-time job, running a printing press, paying taxes like most Americans. And let me get something straight here, because there might be people hearing this going, whoa, I've had to work under the table. This isn't about working under the table. A lot of people have had to do it. A lot of people have had to do it to survive. The system is rigged against working people, and if you got to work under the table to make ends meet or to do what you got to do, look, I got a buddy of mine. He had a kid born with special needs. If he makes too much money, his kid gets thrown off of the government program he's on. So he can only make a certain amount of money on the books, and if he makes more than that, his kid gets thrown off that program, and they need that program. I don't have a problem with that at all, because he's not getting rich. He might be taking advantage of a system that's rigged against him, but he's not getting rich doing it. It's not like the guy's driving around a fucking Ferrari or something, So, whatever. But you were a punk-ass kid. You weren't doing it because the system was rigged against you. You weren't doing it because you had a kid with special needs. You didn't even have kids. Right? You were doing it for your own selfish gain. So you hit the lottery, become a rock star. Now you have to pay taxes. And now all of a sudden you think that you should have a say in what your tax dollars are being spent on. You want to talk entitled? That's entitled right there. You purposely, for selfish reasons, chose not to engage in our system as we have it. Everybody pays, as what's his face there, Al Pacino says in Carlito's Way. New rule, everybody pays. Although we all know the system's rigged against working people, so really only working people pay. But now I'm getting off on a tangent. I'm gonna have to edit this, but whatever. So what the hell was I saying? See, here we go again. When I lost my job in 2008, and I was on unemployment, and I ended up going to truck driving school, I paid for those programs, by the way. 24 years of being a blue-collar working person in this country, I paid for those programs with my own tax dollars. When you were a punk-ass kid, working under the table for your own selfish gain, you hadn't paid for anything yet. You hadn't paid any taxes. You hadn't paid for the protections that you were getting to enjoy while people like me were working and paying for them. I was paying for the protections that you got to enjoy. You didn't pay for the protections that I got to enjoy. I paid those myself. So you should sit the fuck down with this talk about, nobody wants to work anymore. What the fuck would you know about it? You don't know shit, okay? Your opinion is based on what you think you know. My opinion is based on what I've experienced. So stuff your opinion up your ass because it's bullshit. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Plain and simple. All right, now I'm going to play this song. Thank you for inspiring me to write a song, though. It's always good to write a song, so. just sharing my opinion. Yeah, your opinion is bullshit. You shove your opinion up your ass, you don't know what the hell you're talking about.